Yeah, we're really proud with how our clubs have taken to the Future Rugby Clubs project and engaged with the community, and particularly Green Island. They've been, I guess, leading the way, particularly around how they've planned as a club and been set up to be future-proofed through many years.
I think the club was tracking okay, but we wanted it to go better. So came on board in 2016. We still had some really good people, but there were some tired people and people that felt the pressure of running a club, which is a bit of a burden. I started to think about what we needed and started to replace people in certain roles that had the right skill set. We started to fill other gaps with what we thought we needed and the direction we wanted to go in the club, lots of marketing, bit of branding, people in the right spaces, a few more business people on the committee. And then we started thinking about, all right, this is good now, what we want to do in the future. So we started doing a club continuity plan or a business plan from year to year. I think our goals were to be financially viable and stable for generations to come. So financially it was very important that we got sponsors on board. We looked after our money that we got. We looked for other revenue streams, especially around the grants, and sort of looking for ways that we can improve the club. It was our intention to make it a simple one-page document, but I think it's important that not only the committee knows the plan, the players know the plan, the coaching staff know the plan, but our community know the plan as well and what we're trying to achieve.
My advice to give to other clubs if they weren't planning, or didn't have a planning structure, would be just to start off nice and simple and keep it nice and easy. You know, on our list of the club plan for each year, we have some easy goals to tick off, some medium and some real hard ones as well that require a lot. So you don't want to make it all just one or the other. You want to be able to achieve some so that yourself, you can get some recognition that you know you have done that stuff. Also the club can see it progressing as well, so they know that what it's all about and we are actually ticking our goals. And we have, obviously the plan is documented in the club rooms here, so all the members are able to see it. We also do put it online, and we get lots of feedback on a Saturday night here normally as well, but we're a very open and approachable committee, and there is lots of discussions that we do have with the members of the club, and they give us their ideas about whether it's stuff we've already have done or whether it's stuff that they think we could do moving forward as well.
Back in 2016 we took a good hard look at ourselves, where we're going to go, where do we want to be. And part of that was the facilities. We were in an ageing facility. It wasn't inviting. We had a gas heater that was cold by 9 o'clock. If the gas ran out, you were frozen by 10 o'clock. And that impacted the intake and the bar take over there as well in our revenue stream. So we had a good hard look at it and said, what can we do? Where do we want to be better? Two big wins. Our revenue is you take out sponsorship is your bar and your kitchen. So when we looked at the kitchen, it was aged, so therefore we modernised it, put a lot of stainless steel through it, brought it up to food standard. And off the back of that, we've managed to contract the kitchen out to a contract caterer, and he now runs as the Grizzly Kitchen. Been huge for the players as well. We can now put on a $5 feed on the Thursday night, and that brings all the players together after training, and that's just not the premiers, but that's open to all grades from our Colts. So we'll run 60 to 70 meals here on a Thursday night. Biggest week so far is 115 meals, finals week in 2021, and hopefully repeat that this year, sorry. But also it allows us to have catering for our in-house club functions. Last week we had our lip sync, that was catered for the supper from there, so we can put into our alcohol responsibility and making sure good quality food is available just rather than potato chips. And then that has now enabled us to then look for bigger events outside of the rugby season, because we've got 52 weeks costs and a 18-week window of the season. So how do we get the off-season in peak and coming through there? So last season we had 44 functions in the off-season, which created a huge amount of revenue, which meant the club started in the black. And if you're starting in the black, there's half your problems done, rather than starting in the red, trying to get to black to carry you through to the off-season.
Financially, there's always challenges. Some social events and things haven't always gone according to plan. You know, within a club, they've got a lot of people and you can't keep everyone happy, so there's always challenging conversations around whether it's a player that's not happy or a coach, or you know, some members of the public think that we could doing better. So it's always juggling people. Player landscape's always challenging and ever changing. You're trying to attract players to your club. Players want to come to a successful club, but then we try to cater for not just top players, but you know, guys that just want to play footy on a Saturday.
We're a massive club. We've got 22 juniors, we've got the seniors, but we're one massive family. And without the females, it just wouldn't work. It's extremely important for the girls to see it on the plan. They're a valuable part of our club, and we really want them to be involved. We didn't have a women's changing room here in the club, and the club thought, well, and the committee thought, well, we need something. we need something to entice the female and have a women's rugby team. So they put in a changing room plus 4 showers in there for them so they can shower without having to go to the male showers. We also have a gym here so they can come and train through the week so they don't have to pay for membership. You know, if you play here, you get to use the facility of the gym. We're the only club here that has the mechanical scrum machine so they can come in on wet days or whatever, they can do the scrum and they can set it up.
When I started in the club in 2016, it had just been the inception of the plan. So it was great to see that there'd been some acknowledgement of, in the past, where there was some differing opinions between the junior and senior club. It's great to see that plan come together to forge that alignment between the senior and junior clubs.
One of the major things that we've got going on at the moment is we're using our premier players and pairing them up with the junior teams so that the juniors can see on the sideline that the big boys are there supporting them in the weekends, and it gives them something to strive for in the future.
It gives a bit of a pathway for the juniors to understand what good looks like, what they can aspire to be when they come back from their schooling years, but also it's really important that the seniors and the juniors interact and that we form a one club bond as opposed to 2 individual committees and the like.
Going forward for the junior club, I think our main goal would be to just, be one big club instead of referring to it as a junior and a senior club. It's just the Green Island Rugby Club, and getting those juniors coming back to play their senior rugby here as well is a massive goal of ours too. The brand that we bring to the community with the Grizzlies logo is massive. There's not a lot of functions that you would go to in the city itself where you wouldn't see the brand, and it's always well represented and looked up to from everyone around.
There's a lot that has happened in this time. I have to be pretty proud about the way that our teams on the field are achieving. But just as well, just seeing the club on a Saturday night with all the kids running around and everything like that, everyone's happy, everyone's enjoying it, and it's just a great real community hub and atmosphere here. It's always a great night here, whether there's just a normal Saturday of sport on, but we do like to throw some special nights in there as well. In the last few years, we've brought a Heritage Day in every year. We had a Blazer Day, which is all our Blazers, whether they're office bearers or playing Blazers and that. We have our lip sync as well, which is always a crowd favourite and the players' favourite. There's some interesting acts come out, but it is fantastic once again just to have everyone having an enjoyable time here at the club. We just recently had our 140th, and the amount of guys that walked in here that were here for the 125th in 2009 and walked in here now and just said, wow, it was cool. You take a lot of that personally, there's a lot of personal pride in it.
And we've got some pretty sky-high projects that we want to fulfil in the next 5 to 10 years. I think I'm still young enough to be part of that, and we want to see the club to grow and make our community extremely proud of us.
Looking at the plan, it's like the old jobs at home. If you put a list on the fridge and you've got a list there to do, you tick them off and you get them done. By having the plan, when you walk into the club each Saturday night, you're held accountable. We put job tasks beside people's names. That person was then held accountable, and then we got on and got it done and got it achieved. And the beauty about it was we got buy-in from the club and the community because they could see what we're trying to achieve. It's just not a couple of guys sitting over having a beer on a Saturday night. It's a documented process that's on there and everyone's held accountable.